Good morning, good people. So we are back on Nasdaq. Want to show you, you know, what's going on the daily. So right now we got a rejection from the daily. We went through the new week opening up. I do really like how this looks. I'm still favoring shorts towards January low and December low, which makes a lot of sense. We don't really have any level of rejection here if we don't use like this daily order block, which is the only reason why prices keep is still inside this range. Now we have a cluster of two previous day lows. Usually when price does that, it doesn't run them immediately, so it does create some range and some manipulation. And right above us we have the new week opening up, which is a good thing because this is a high level of resistance. So if we go on the 4 hour, right now it's a little bit busy because of the drawings I have, but if we compare the three indices, all the three are doing a different situation here. Well, the 4 hour with ES is following the idea, but ES is a little bit stronger, which made this index take the 4 hour high, thing that didn't happen on Nasdaq, which created an SMT telling us that Nasdaq is the weakest asset. ES is rejecting still from the new week opening up and looks like it could potentially go for the 4 hour low, which Nasdaq already took. This is not a good sign, but it's still telling us that Nasdaq is weak. ES is a little bit stronger, and now let's check what's Dow is doing. Dow is instead reacting from the new week opening up and went away from it. Still, the same manipulation happened with ES, so we should potentially see lower prices. But all of this is already telling me that the markets are a little bit stronger than what Nasdaq is kind of telling us. So if I'm aiming for these two lows on the daily, maybe I have to consider that with a little bit of cautious, because it could be just Nasdaq, making you think about going here, but instead is gonna rely on the other two assets and is gonna continue higher, which is a possibility. I still would like to engage these two levels and this volume imbalance on the daily, but I can't be super sure of anything. So that's pretty much the bias. So now if we go on the hourly, same thing happening. We have an SMT on the lows, so this could be a nice level of manipulation for Nasdaq, which is pretty much what I'm looking for today. I know we are very in a situation where it's very unlikely that price will run up, but again, we have an S&T sign of weakness. Now we have a fair value gap on the hourly here, which could lean into higher prices into that level, but we still have the new day opening gap right above us. Now we swept a liquidity level here, 4 a.m. London lows after taking Asia, but we don't have much liquidity. We have this new week opening up watching us, so I would say longs are very risky here because they could potentially tap here and drop, tap here and drop, tap here and drop. And I understand that this move is kind of riskier, so that's why we can approach that move and still get involved in that, but with low risk. If then we find our range and price manipulates, or maybe price takes these heights, then this is a nice trigger that I would like to engage, and this will be another trigger that I would like to engage. But we need liquidity and we need trap money, which still we don't have. So if we drop immediately on the 30, on the 5 minute, we can already see that we have fair value gap here, which is left unmitigated. And the same thing comes here. We do have a CB, which now got just tapped. Otherwise, I would be enjoying a nice long right now. A little bit unconfirmed, but I'm watching these levels, which are equal lows from yesterday. Okay, so this is the regular trading hours gap, which is a good confluence because when 9:30 will open, we're gonna have a gap like this, which is very nice because I do like to look for the first 30 minutes of trading for price rebalancing this level and then see if maybe 10 a.m. wants to continue the trend, maybe doing a market maker sell model, or just continuing the trend lower. So that would be a nice a nice thing. Also because price will tell us if it's really weak, that it can even go through the 50%, or if it can even go for 25. Those are really good signatures for then take a 10 a.m. continuation lower into our nice targets. So that's pretty much what I'm expecting to see. The levels here are all 4-hour candles. We can see how today was a very nice seek and destroy as price went to the upside, went to the downside, swapped again inside the range, and then shifted again, giving us this SMT slash continuation setup, which was really good. But as we can see, we had a nice run, confirmation, and then we start having nice order flow using the new day opening up. Also here, swing high formed between the 50% of the new week opening, new day opening. So what I'm looking right now is, can we sweep this low? We already did it. Can we close inside the range? Yes, we did it. Can we reverse this 5-minute? That's pretty much the question I will make to my I will have here, because we are very heavy bearish, but I'm still looking for a possible market maker buy model in this range. Why are you looking for a market maker buy model if you said you're bearish? Yes, I still can be a buyer having these levels on the chart, but I'm gonna of course reduce my risk when I'm looking for a counter trend trade. But somehow when you're wrong with the bias, taking these low probability setups with low risk sometimes give you nice little profit for the day. So why am I saying that I'm looking for a buy? What I'm seeing here is this. I'm seeing this as a possible reaccumulation here to continue the displacement. I do have some requirements though for this to play out, which is going to be 9:30 open that aligns with the fib. So I'm going to be looking for a retracement back into the range, allowing me to go around midnight and New York open, which is short-term discount. And now the 1 minute is leaving us this nice signature with minor buy side liquidity, which is mainly equal highs. That is a nice signature. The 5-minute overall is nice, but we still have this 5-minute CB, which doesn't really allow us to take any opportunity long. Otherwise, if we would have inversed this 5-minute, this would be already a nice possibility to get involved into these equal highs, and of course kind of targeting the midnight and the regular trading hours gap, which is not a thing that right now we can do because of the 5-minute. But that's pretty much how I frame my bias, how I frame my trades. So pretty much if you go on regular trading hours, now we have 3 levels: 1, 2, and 3. This means what? That if I'm looking, okay, wait, let's put these 2 back inside the range. Okay, so if I'm looking for any type of opportunity that will show me price going lower, my requirement for the day is going to be, now price is here, right? Around here. If I'm looking for shorts, I don't want to see this level getting destroyed or traded through. So I'm gonna be looking for price to come here, tap the 50% of the regular trading hours range, okay, and then give me the short opportunity, which is nice because what we have equal highs, we have the New York open and the new day opening up, and we can get sensibility there to attack the equal lows and the liquidity on the daily time frame, which follows the idea on our higher time frame. Another thing that can happen would be very similar. So we have this regular trading hour open, and price is so weak that it can't even go through it. I don't expect price to be weak today because of the run we did yesterday. So I'm kind of scared of price dropping around, which it's always a possibility, because yesterday we did have a nice leader, well, not little at all, 700 point run, which is fire. I'm still involved in a short on Dow from here. I ran all the way down here. I took some partials on the way down, but I left a portion open. And then it kind of, came back a lot. But, I still like the idea of price going lower, so I'm gonna hold that. And yeah, so now we have the inversion. So now price is going for the equal highs. This is a very nice signature, which, could be already a trade. If you want to get involved before 9:30, don't really recommend that. But if you like to be involved before 9:30, this could be your setup. The equal highs are very high probability draw. So if we go on the 15 seconds or the 30 seconds, we could potentially find a nice opportunity. See, this is already a fair value gap that you could trade from. See on the 1 minute if you do have something. Yeah, we have a lower one here. So, when we have a lot of fair value gaps, allow price to use them all and wait for them before clicking. See right now, this stops the 50. So now if we close back inside the range, we could potentially enjoy a nice run here. Could be something like this. See if we can check that. So see how this is a very nice confluence, the one we are having. Ideal scenario, this one, take us higher. And price doesn't tap that, which I would leave room for that to go. See, now we are using this one, so as I said, we close higher. Now you can go for the order block, which should be nice. A big strong delivery above the equal highs. See how we tap that, and now we're just gonna go through them. And we're gonna go back inside this 5 minute, which I'm not scared of at all. Yeah, I already gave you my sell and my bias. I'm pretty much very bullish here into the regular trending hours open. So until 9:30 opens, then we can look for shorts, but there are so many scenarios. Well, not many, but there are like 2 scenarios we can get inside to. So we're gonna be looking for low resistance liquidity runs and expect the better. So I'm just waiting for the equal highs to go so I can close the video. And here we go. So thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you find something useful. If you did, please leave a like and a comment. And yeah, talk to you really soon, boys.